The state of California is guilty of political food poisoning. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. California just enacted a brazen, power-grabbing, and destructive measure that will harm its economy, especially prospects for lower-income residents, and sets a dreadful example for other big government-loving states. On Labor Day, Governor Gavin Newsom signed into law legislation that creates a 10-member commission called the Fast Food Council that will have sweeping powers to regulate wages, hours, and working conditions for the fast food industry, affecting 500,000 food employees. Chains that have under 100 outlets nationwide are exempted for now. For reasons best explained by backroom politics, certain eateries that bake bread are also exempted. Already in the offing is raising the minimum wage to $22 an hour next year from the statewide minimum of $15.50. That number has no basis in reality. Restaurants in the once golden state were hit hard by Governor Newsom's frequent and harsh pandemic lockdowns that ended up harming the state's economy and, in terms of overall health, ended up doing more harm than good. Already struggling with serious inflationary pressures, quick service eateries will be slammed hard with this massive arbitrary increase in costs. Many will go under. Openings of new restaurants will shrivel as expansion plans get deep-sixed. Prices will go up, particularly hurting customers with lower incomes. Jobs will be lost. Hours worked will be reduced to try to cope with higher expenses. What California is doing here flies in the face of experience. Minimum wage boosts in the past decade have had a bigger negative impact on jobs in restaurants in lower income areas. Governor Newsom, who has had past experience with restaurants, knows better. But he's pandering hard to the Democratic Party's far left, which calls the shots these days, for his expected presidential run in 2024. That he is harming those with the least and killing countless small businesses gets swept aside as strands of "Hail to the Chief" wafts through his head. The initiative will intensify the mechanization of fast food places. It won't just be kiosks. Efforts are afoot to have robots prepare burgers, fries, wings, chips, chicken nuggets, and sandwiches. The damage goes beyond the fast food industry. This law is an example of modern socialism. The far left has grasped that government doesn't need to own the means of production. The goal of controlling the commanding heights of the economy can be achieved through regulatory moves like this one. The fact that small business creation is hurt matters not to these people. It's easier to control large entities than countless smaller ones. The ideology motivating Governor Newsom's Fast Food Council will make the 2024 presidential election one of the most important. In the meantime, expect legal challenges to the constitutionality of what he has just signed into law. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.